Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Minecraft with the Minecolonies mod. My name is Monster to Mermaid, and it is Memorial Day weekend in the United States of America. And it is the Saturday of the Memorial weekend. And so it's very, very quiet because it's a 3-day weekend. The first morning is always really quiet. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sure there are lots of essential workers who still have to work, and lots of people who still have to get up with kids and stuff, but it still is so quiet. Fog doesn't help. It's foggy where I am, and the time is 9 o'clock in the morning, Central Daylight Time in the United States. And there we go. That's as close as I get to news. And we are standing in the University District right in front of the primary school. The primary school in Jalapari is built into an old church. Mr. Villager already, oh my gosh. Yay. The children are grown. All the children are grown. And as a matter of fact, I was just going to say something about them. And to the Bem, Ivosi, how are you? And let me change my view. What time of day is it here? It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And yes, all the children, the last 5, we were able to get 5 kids. And the last 5 kids that we got are grown, and they are all attending university. And let's see here. So Bryant is still living with his parents, Kamari and Ismail, and they are sleeping upstairs in this house. And over here we have Luana, I believe. Let me see if that's true. Yes, Luana, who is being fostered by Remy and Liberty. They're fostering Luana, and she is at the university right now as well. And then in this house, we have the kid is Trenton, and Amani is his mother, and Dennis is his dad, and they are still living together. Now the kids live in the houses until almost fully recovered from your cold. Good, yay! I'm glad. Maybe a little bit more healing. Okay, cool. Just remember, want some tea and some protein to help you get better. And in this house is Emery, and Emery is being fostered by Estella and Wesson. Estella was teacher, and this was Wesson's house, and he invited Estella to raise Emery with him, and so they are living together as a family right now. We'll see if Estella wants to stay with Wesson. And then in the bakery house, which was very cool, right here. Why are you guys up? What are you having, some kind of meeting? Jasmine, Gilbert, and Luna are here. What's wrong with your beds? What's going on here? They're not in bed. Are you having some sort of family? They're having some kind of family conversation there. I'm gonna have to check. It's too late now, but I'll check their beds in just a minute and see why they're not going to bed. I might have to reset the beds for them. And I'm reading Mr. Villager in chat for a moment as the moon sets. That's the moon setting in the western sky. And maybe you'll end needing to make the heat suit that appears in your profile pictures to heal completely. By the way, you updated your banner? I will. I'll check it. No. I think they're discussing. I think they're discussing the kid getting home late. I think that's what they're discussing. I think they're saying, you know, it's a school night and you should be in bed. Aha, see? Gilbert's gone already. Oh no, Gilbert's still there. I think that's what they're discussing. Now Gilbert's going to go down and go to work. And they're very sleepy this morning, but everyone's going to go to work and go to school. Jasmine is going down to her chef position, and their kid,
Good to see you.
Luna, is going to university. And there goes Jasmine. She's going down into her kitchen so that she can make food for Wesson. And Wesson is right here, and he is serving food in the only dining hall that's working right now, which is in the University District. You remember that Wesson was in the town hall, dining hall, but that was being renovated. That was being renovated, and while it was being renovated, we decided to move everyone to the university dining hall for the time being. Now we're talking about opening up another dining hall in the farm country, and then we'll reopen the town hall dining hall after we get some more people, after we get someone else who's interested in serving food. And right now we don't have that. We only have one person from this last group of kids who wants to serve food, who wants to be in that business, and this is going to be their place of work. This is going to be their kitchen, and you can see, I believe, that it is almost done. I don't see any torches, so that means that it is not completely done, and when it is, it will be a level 4. You just noticed that when Millionaire is fully updated and you get your PC, you will be the happiest person on the planet. Ah, yes. Millionaire is your Minecolonies, isn't it? You love that game the way I love this one. I know. I know. So, because we need to have workers at this dining hall and the kitchen, dun, da, 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 and there it is. That wasn't the dining hall. That was the sugar farm. Cash just finished the sugar farm. Yay, Cash. Excellent. Excellent. Let's look and see. This is a level 4 sugar farm. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Now this didn't change because this is the flower shop at level 3. Ah, see those right there? That is a sign of it getting much higher in level. And we can see all the sugar fields. We have 2 sugar fields. We have bees because we have beehives in the sugar farm. This is the cactus field. We're not growing any cactus right now, but we do have the capacity for it. There are people who say that Minecolonies descends from it. Can you believe it? I think they happened at the same time. I think that Minecolonies and Millionaire happened at the same time. I remember going to Vincentius Primus, showing them to me, and they were both at different levels. They were both not at different levels. They were both at pretty similar levels, and that's why I think that it was just one of those things that a lot of times, a lot of people have the same idea about something and start it, and they influence each other. I think they influenced each other, but yeah, I think that, yes, I think siblings would be the correct definition. Let me see if Cash started. Yes. So we needed a new residence, and we've decided to put one right here. So Cash is about to take down some of these hills. We already replaced these trees that he's taking down. Let's see if he's taking this tree down. No, he's not. Good. Yay. I don't think we're going to lose the big tree. Oh yeah, we're going to lose a part of it. Look at that. So we're going to lose a part of the big maple. I'm hoping we don't lose this maple. If we do, then I will replant it. These two little oaks here, two little oaks. This one is outside of the build, but the two that are inside the build are going to be have been replanted right over in this area. There's some new trees right here where we replanted them. And so we're going to have a new house here, and it's going to have a barn for the horses. And Mr. Villager is saying, I'm really surprised people are making videos about it recently, and you're happy to go there and comment on them, that the mod got updated. Kind of, oh, you're a preacher? Kind of like a preacher. Hopefully making some people happy. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. No, I get it. I totally do. I understand. It would be like if Minecolonies disappeared for years and then suddenly came back. Or the way I feel when Vincentus Primus found me those villager faces after years. I think I got them back in 16, but they were originally from 7. Misa, the designer, made them during the time of 7, Minecraft 7, and then when I went to Minecolonies, they were lost, and Vincentus Primus found them for my birthday and gave them to me, gave them back to me, and it was really, so in that respect, I totally understand. I should show people the faces that I'm talking about. Let's come here. I'm going to be up in the air. Let's go to one of the newer villages that I found. This village over here, the basalt village that we just came across. If I can find it again. Was it right here? This doesn't look like it, but that is basalt underneath those houses. So let's come here. Yesterday on Twitch, we discovered this village. I'm in the water, practically. Yay. On this basalt, they mine basalt here. And a couple of the houses were buried in the basalt. And so we helped bring those houses down and change some of the walkways so that they could get to these particular houses. Ooh, you know me. I know it's not even my town, but I can't have trees look like that. Okay, and I just can't. And so we unburied this house. Look at this beautiful, I didn't do this. This house looked like this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Look at this house. This is not me. I did not decorate this house. This is, oh, the biomes. Wow. That's gorgeous. I'm so glad I took that house down. I'm going to take these away because they don't lead anywhere. Well, I'll just take them back to here. Because they kind of do and kind of don't. There aren't any houses here, thank goodness. And wow, I can't get over that. Oh my gosh. What in the world? Do you know what this is? This is Beautify. That is Beautify on that house. I don't know what to do about that. I did not do that. I found this house like this. Whoa. Whoa. You stopped, let me see what, You said, you're really surprised? Yes. And you need to stop getting into new projects. You've just found out somebody is trying to recreate Techtopia for mobile Bedrock Minecraft. That's an interesting thing. They're all fun. I love this. I'm just intrigued. Well, I came here actually to show some of the faces, but I don't think we're going to see any because it's already night. I might end up staying here for the night. Uh-oh. I missed some rock. Yes, there was bedrock in some of the houses. See his face? These are my villager faces. Yes. I'm going to close the door. There were some kids in this town. Let me get a lantern out. There we go. There were some kids in this town. And I think they're not... here's another one right here. Look at these houses. Wow. And this... Oh, I did not see this. All right, I'm going to have to stay here if there's room. Knock, knock. Is anybody here? Oh my gosh, it's a kid. It's a kid. Oh jeez. It's a little kid in this house. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this. So let me, yep, see the cat? Can you get up? Are you going to find your way up? Good, you're taking a bath? You don't like baths? I'm going to have to fix that part. So why don't we find a place? Here's one of their gardens. And there's a bed. I see someone sleeping in that bed. There's a farmer. And in this house, let's see, is someone sleeping in this house? Yes, these are farmers sleeping in the house here. And can you be honest? That's what you think you need to play more Minecraft once again? Miss having a true purpose, building just for imagining? The usage isn't enough for me anymore. Yeah. Yeah, that would be an interesting thing. Look at the houses lined up there. Isn't that cool? All right, I'm going to have to, let's take this roof. I'm just going to be Santa Claus for a second, sleep here. And let's pull out and go to sleep. Ooh, mechanic completed the graveyard. We have to get back. But this house that I just saw that the walkway goes into the, right here, this one. They do seem to be finding their way. Let me fix this with, I know how to fix this quickly. I'm gonna just fix this quickly by taking this part here and changing it to this right here, and then taking this away, and then taking this. They won't fall there. And then taking this right here and leading over to here. So they can at least go to here and go down and around, and they get to this area. They've been living with this existence for a while, so they know, but I just want to do that. Hello, Golem. How are you? Let's do this down here. Here. And that will solve some of their problems. But look how big this is, Mr. Villager. Look how big this town is. Why does it look like they're the size, why they're so tiny? Because they are tiny, the baby villagers. They are little. They are really tiny. All right, I think that we just came. Let's show the faces. I wish I could see some of the other faces. I think I'm only seeing, hi. Ah, there we go. There's one of the other faces. I've lost all the female faces. There used to be female faces and they've all gone away. And I don't know why. It's sad to me that they have. You can kind of see a female face in the cleric, or the librarian, I think. But yeah, other than that, they're all men with beards. But they are the original faces that I had from 7. So, and that's it. Considering that now I'm threatening to touch the tip of your feet into the modding pool, I think if I was going to do it, it would end up like it would end up being the child, being the offspring of colonies in Techtopia. Yes, of Minecolonies in Techtopia. That would be curious. That would be curious. I played Techtopia. There was a time when I was playing Techtopia and Minecolonies at the same time, streaming, playing Techtopia. And then there was a time when I was playing Stonehearth, which I loved. I loved Stonehearth and Minecolonies at the same time. And I like all those different ones. Millionaire is the one that I have had the least experience with because I found it early and it was problematic in comparison to Minecolonies at the time when I found it. And so I decided that I didn't want to do it. My introduction to it was very strange. And I can understand when people have that introduction. Let's go back to my city. So I'm going to teleport back. I'm using Journey Maps teleportation. And I don't want to end up in the water, but I think I'm going to teleport to the water, to the river, just so that I don't end up inside a building or something. There we go. Because I knew I was down pretty low. Okay. So, yeah. Hold on. You just said that the baby looks like a fetus. But if we consider that soon they will be even smaller, so they will basically... Oh, they will be smaller? Wow. Oh, that's in 26, you mean, in Minecraft? Interesting. So yesterday on Twitch, and today is May 22nd, 2026. If you are watching this within a few days of this stream, the Twitch stream is up still, and you can see me working on this. We put in this riverboat, which is bringing woods that we need that we do not grow. We do not grow acacia, and we don't grow mangrove. So those woods are being imported, and they're about to arrive right here. Now, we don't really have a port right here. We could make it look much more like a dock, a working dock at this particular location here, and I might want to do that. The teeny takeover drop changed all the babies, and now your people are basically microscopic. Well, this will be interesting. It will be interesting to see. Does that mean that if they're coming in as babies, look who we've got. If they're coming in as babies, does that mean, ooh, it's time to drink something. Does that mean that they're going to grow into kids? Or are they just going to immediately bump into adults? I'm watching the traveler here, trying to get up. So this will be interesting. I think he'll ultimately make it if he goes over. If he stays there and tries to get up, then he won't. So anyway, we're talking about the wood coming into this location right here. Coming in right here. And that looked like Maisie. Maisie's working on this building. See the buildings change? This is going to be a level 4 of this sawmill. That's what Minecolonies calls it. I call it the carpentry shop, the carpenter's shop, right here. And it is changing. It definitely is. Now she's putting back the wood to oak that we had in here that's supposed to be acacia. And when she upgrades this to a level 4, she's going to put oak back in, but that'll be oh, Mr. Villager, you're very silly. You're very silly. Okay, so we saw two things. We saw that Cash completed building the plantation, the sugar farm on the east side, to level 4. And McKenna just announced that she finished the graveyard. Let's go look at it, because now we can get her to start working on the nether miner, is what Minecolonies calls it. What I call it is the ambassador to the nether. Let's put some stairs here. So we have cobble, because that's still cobble. Let's do cobble here. We're putting these stairs back. Right here, there's stairs there, but these stairs should be this. And there we go. And let me come here and see how much stuff I have on me that I don't need to have on me right now. Let's put the bed away. Let's take this down, and let's take the building tool down. And it's kind of optional now. We will get the new golden dandelion craftable if you give it to a baby. Unfortunately, only for passive animals, babies. They will stop growing. Oh, and the reverse happens if you give them one more. Oh, I see. That's how it's going to work. Fascinating. All right, so this now goes down into the graveyard. So we can see the yard here, and we have different spaces. There's some more spaces over here. And if we look here, oh, everybody's going home. These are people who are taking a shortcut through, through the graveyard to get to their house. And we're going to come down in through this hall. Wow, this is cool looking. This is the level 4 of the graveyard. You can see the catacombs right here. Ooh, oh, that looks wild. And right here is the graveyard workers station. And let's look and see if we have anyone interested. Amani is our shepherd, and she's raising her kid. Dennis is also raising a kid, and he is the fisher, so he's not interested. Ismael is the farmer, and Kamari is a farmer also. Liberty is the glass cutter, and Remy is one of the couriers. is the librarian, the head librarian, and Emery is one of the first kids. Emery right here. But we have Emery marked for something else already. You think it was doing a village mod yourself, you would do it even freer than Techtopia even. What do you think of a scan tool-like system? I don't know. I'm not really good at thinking about mods in that kind of way. I really like playing. It's one of the downfalls of when I stream is that I don't really take the time to sort of like get those underpinnings like scan tools and stuff. It's taken me years to get to the point where I understand it. Emery wants to be a chef, so she's not interested in this job. But look at Luna. Oh, maybe this is what they were arguing about. Luna is starting to be interested in running a graveyard, and that's why Luna is going to be our undertaker. We haven't had a female undertaker in a long time. Wow. And so that's probably what she was arguing with her parents about. That they're saying, but there's so many things you could do with your talents. Why do you want to be an undertaker? Why do you want to be tied to that? And want a bit more information about what? About a scan tool-like system? Okay. Sure, if you want to tell me. This is the level 3 of Cairo's world. Cairo is the ambassador to the Nether, and we have excavated in the process of building this cathedral. We have found this ancient Nether portal, and this area is being excavated, and so we're going to have McKenna continue with this. Cairo is waiting to go to the Nether until certain things are in place. He would have to have diamond armor at the very least, and he would have to have food, which he doesn't have yet. So let's come here and let's do, the builder is going to be McKenna, and she's going to upgrade. She needs a bucket of lava. The netherrack and the weeping vines are there. We should have prismarine. This is what we don't have. That magma block. We're going to have to find that from somewhere. We do have some crimson stem. And nether wart block, some soul. Wart block. I'll have to see. I don't think we have that. So there are 2 things on this list that will have to be ordered. Oh, and shroom lights. Nether sprouts. Those 4 things will have to be ordered, but we'll get her started so that the couriers, the warehouse manager, can order those things for her, because they have to come from another city. And they'll probably come from the Druid Sanctuary in the Glacial Seas, Arnaraluk, and because they have a lot of leftover. And look at this, is really nice. So it's nighttime, and that's what that looks like. That is beautiful, and I love it. Now, if we went upstairs into the cathedral from here, so this is from the graveyard itself into the undertakers, into the catacombs and where the undertaker is, and these stairs right here go up into the cathedral right here, and you can see the altar right here, and there is the level 4 of the hospital, the level 4 of the enchanter. Let's take these down. If she wants something, let's put these on top of here. She wants some light. And let's take these down. Let's go here. We don't really need this many banners. I think I'm just going to take the banners down and leave them off, rather than put more there. Now, I have, also, I should explain that I have a problem with the shopkeep. I extracted the shopkeeper from the Hills style, and I did not realize that I needed places for these sales frames right here where they put stuff when they're selling it. And so Jack keeps telling me that he doesn't have any, even though they're there. He can't see them because they're not connected. So this is now on level 4. I'm going to have to go back to during one of the Twitch streams, I'm going to go back to the flatland and redo this marketplace for Jack so that he can see his frames. So he's going to be complaining that he doesn't have enough frames for a while until I do that. And so let's see. You think it's worth more if you pick based on mana? Based on mana? What do you mean pick? If people keep passing through the graveyard to get work, it will be the old Tours of Paris sewers, yes. Not meaning it would be disgusting, it would be a dishonor from your part. Well, what it is think about the neighborhoods. Think about neighborhoods that people sometimes cut through graveyards. That's one of the classic stories, classic backgrounds for scary novels in the United States, is people cutting through graveyards, and they are essentially going to the cathedral from where they were, and when it's a level 5, it'll be harder for them to cut through, because I think this will be closed off in this area. But we'll see what happens with it. You what? I missed what you just said there. Oh, forgot about that. Yeah, that is something that people just do. And so not everyone's doing it, you notice. And I think that's the reason why Jasmine and Gilbert, Jasmine, who's a chef, and Gilbert, who's a baker, are arguing with their daughter, Luna, who wants to do this for a living, who wants to be the undertaker. And in a way, they're going to come to terms with it. The way they're going to come to terms with it is that she will live at home with them longer, because she works right here, so there isn't any reason for her to move out. There isn't any reason for her to move out of their house until she decides that she's going to have a family or something like that. And so it's the next morning, and we're walking through the mystic site right now, which is the cathedral, and people are beginning to wake up. And let me see what she is working on. So she is working on the sawmill still and the forester shop, and then she is going to start again. Oh, Mr. Villager, I forgot, I didn't show you. So yesterday we decided that this university building needed a library. So there is our Nether Ambassador. Yes, the Nether Ambassador is Cairo, and he is waiting for the portal to be completely excavated before he tries to use it. And so that's what we're holding on to that. Now this is a level 2 of the new university building. So we're going to have 2 buildings for the university. This one is going to be a little bit larger, And she keeps cutting through this way, but she's apparently decided that this is the fastest way to get to where she is working, and she's working on the sawmill right here, Kingston's sawmill. And we need her to work on the sawmill. We need the sawmill to be a level 4. And then so that when she starts asking for all this acacia wood, it's going to come from the Nether 4 sawmill, the Nether 4 carpenter, and the Nether 4 tree farmer are going to be working on stripping the wood. And so that's why she's working on those first. But we decided that this is not a library, and so at the end of this building we are putting the Arcology library in right here. And so what's going to happen is, see, it's inside the build of this university. So we're going to build this first, and then we'll finish the university, and then we'll combine these roofs. And we're expanding this particular library so that it evenly meets both sides of this building. So we're going to add another window right here for this, and we'll see what this looks like when we're done. Now, we've done this library many times, the Arcology library, and it turns out different every single time, and which is one of the fun things that I love about Minecolonies and building, is that kind of thing. That's the thing you were going to question when you saw it from the sawmill. Oh yeah, that you were like, what is that? Yes, this. So that's what it is. We're going to have a library here because so that we have more room for students, and we definitely need that. So this is the state of the new university building right now, and we do have someone here. I think Daryl is actually setting up books and setting up classrooms in here. And you can see him up on the shelf there looking at books. He's been sent over by Carter, who is the head librarian, because he doesn't really seem like he's interested in anything other than research. And so Carter asked him to set up the new library in the new university building. This is the old university building right here. Hello, everybody. And we are, hi Sutton. Sutton is our sugar farmer. And this is Hayden, our dean, right here. That's a visitor. Bless you. And then back here, there's our kids. There's Luna, who's going to be our undertaker. And then we have Bryant. Carter is apparently talking about something, and Trenton, Emery, and Bryant are listening, and Cohen is watching. And that's what's going on here. And there's a Chichester, Leia. Chichesters, I'm partial to them because I've had ooh, look at the numbers. Look at that. Dexterity? I'd have to look at the map. I'd have to look and see what that means. Minecolonies skill set. She has 35 dexterity. And what is dexterity? It's an alchemist, beekeeper, fletcher, florist, and animal trainer. We have all of those things. And so we can't really take her on. She was just visiting. I just looked because she was a Chichester. And we usually have that family group in our cities. And course conclusion project. Oh, yeah, they probably are. Because are they ready? Because if they're level 2, And let me come here and see what their school level is. Now, this is my game. This is the thing that I do. This is not Minecolonies. So what I do is I use their intelligence score as their grade at the university. When they reach a 30, they actually have a diploma. Now, some are not reaching a 30 because we would have to have a level 5, I believe, for that. But yay, Maisie! Maisie finished the sawmill. Excellent. We'll look at it in a minute. So we can see, for instance, that some of the adults didn't finish formal education, but they're skilled in their technical abilities, like Liberty and Remington. They can choose to go back to school later if they want, but right now we're not concerned about them. We're concerned about the kids. So Luna is a 19. Trenton is ready. So Trenton is ready to move into the dorm for his second year at the university. Trenton is ready. Luana is ready. And there's another, and Emery is ready. So that means that they're going to stop living with their parents and they're going to move into the dorm, and their parents are going to go back to work because their parents have been raising them, and now they are strong enough to move into the dorm. Now this is going to be interesting because I don't think the dorm has enough room. Hold on. We can have 2. Okay, good. So let's look here. So Luna is going to live at home because she's fine where she is. Luana is going to move here, and Emery is going to move here. And because I think they're both ready. I can check them later and see. And then here, let's look. And let's see, we can only have 1 here. And so it is probably, we know that it's Trenton is ready. And I think Brian is not ready yet, but we can check. If Brian's ready, we might have to put him in someplace else. And that's interesting because we're not ready to upgrade this yet. When the time comes to upgrade the housing, we have to instantly, and what I mean instantly, we have to instantly put the 4 builders that we have on specific projects. One of them is the House of the Mason, because all of those jobs are in the bottom and they can't be upgraded until the house is upgraded. The other is the farmhouse can't be upgraded, but we'll do the animal house first. The animal house to be upgraded, and then we have to do the dormitory, and there's one more that we have to do, and they're going to be the first level 4 housing that we put in, because we need the extra beds, obviously, for those. So it is sunset, and I'm going to use this night to get the parents back to work. Let me just go here and make sure that I move the right people, because I can move them back if they are not ready. So we needed, Emery is not ready. Wait, I'm at the university. Hold on. I forgot. I have to come in here. Let's come here and let's look. Emery is a 23, so she's ready. Luana's ready. Bryant is ready. There just isn't any room for him right now. So that means that Cohen needs to go somewhere. And let me see what we want. Let's look at Cohen and see if we had a possible for him. Cohen is, he is the bartender, but he can also be a sommelier. And we can have him move to the farm country, or we can have him move to the farm country. I'm trying to think of where he could be.
I feel privileged to live here.
But I think that's what we're going to do, is move Cohen out of housing. But let me see where he's living first of all. I keep going here and not being able to get that. Hold on. So let's come out. Let's come down. How many people are living here? Up here. Hayden's living here by himself, and there are 3 beds up here. Let's have Cohen live here. He's not living with his parents, so we'll have him live here. And I think that's enough. I think that will let Bryant move in to the housing. Let's go down and look. Because all the kids are ready to move into the dormitories. So Mr. Villager is saying, yeah, I was going to explain, I'm reading in chat, my idea. I think like Tictopia, but you don't need an icon on an item frame, a roof, or a door. All you need is the requirements to make a homework. A furnace, campfire, and a bed, and I think it's like the scan tool from Minecolonies. You click a corner of the room and another, and it shows the scanned area. The needs are met. Great, it works. The needs are not met, well, the selected area just disappears. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Let's get Bryant here. So Bryant is going to live right here. And Pedro is here, and Trenton and Bryant. So Pedro is the adult in the dorm, and here Genesis is the adult in the dorm with Luana and Emery living here. And Luna can live at home because she is still within the area, and her parents are working already. Her parents went back to work, or they never got off. But they were so close, that was the reason why. So now we'll come here to these locations, and we'll get Estella Estella is going to I'll let Estella work. Right now she's setting up for another class, and it works like that for every structure in the potential mod. Yeah. That would be interesting. I'm curious when you get done. So this is Amani and Dennis, and they're going to go back to living in the house that they share with Madeline. And let's manage housing here and assign them. And that also means that because they're a family, Madeline might not want to live there anymore. And we will probably, let's manage here. Remy and Liberty already live together in another location. And then let's come over here and get the last couple right here. And this is Ismail and Kamari can move back into their house. And so we'll come here. And so I'm doing this in the middle of the night while it's raining, but I don't want to still be up because the rain is going to be a problem in the daytime. And much more freedom to build your village as you wish. And that's an interesting statement, to build your buildings the way you want. because I don't understand that much more freedom than we have in Minecolonies, because I think there's a huge amount of freedom here. Can you make mud houses? Yeah, you can if you make your own style. But if you make your own style for mud houses, then it's a style, you know. You have to go through the effort of doing that. And that's the thing, that one of the things that is done to make this a game, and it's an interesting thing, Mr. Villager, to make it a game. Minecolonies has set up challenges, and the challenges, I'm not playing those challenges, but the challenges are different from Minecraft. Minecraft is you do whatever you want, and that's why there are all these mods for Minecraft, because you can make mods to do whatever you want. This particular mod, Minecolonies, is to have villagers that you can interact with, that you can build, you can help them design their cities, and they will build them. So you can watch them live and work in their cities, and watch them build stuff, and watch them do things. And it's one of the things that I like. It's the reason I don't do the research. I like that they do research. I try not to build that many buildings, because I like that they build. And Minecolonies has now made it that you must follow the tree in a way because of the food system, that you can't build level 5 houses right from the beginning. Now, the only reason I was doing that was to decorate them on the inside, because they didn't used to have anything on the inside. And if you don't build a level 5, everything that you put on the inside goes away every time they upgrade. And that was the reason why I was doing level 5, so that I could start decorating right away. This town is an interesting town because it's the first one built with the food system working the way it's supposed to. I'm not having any food problems. I'm not having a single food problem. But I'm not at level 4 yet. And before I go to level 4 for food, before people start asking for level 4 food, I am going to have these farms up to a level 4 so that they can be done. Now, I'm just running around here when I should be putting Kamari and Ismail back in their house. They live here, and I should put them back to work. So Kamari has been working right here. This is her farm right here, and we'll put her back to work here. And Ismail is down here. He is using this shed, this farm shed, right here, and so we'll put him back to work here. And there we go. So they're back to work. Let's get Liberty and Remy back to work, and they live on the other side of the farm country, where we start to have manufacturing. So even though this is the sugar farm here, and there we go, look, the house is getting built. Okay, I see that. We'll do something about, I need to do something about the tree. I can't, it's a weird kind of, I have some kind of, like, you know how people have like their AC/DC or whatever. Oh, I shouldn't make fun. I'm not really making fun. I don't remember what those letters are, but that mean ADHD, I think is what I'm thinking of. I can get that way. I can get very strange about trees that aren't in the ground, where it becomes kind of an obsession or something, that the trees have to be in the ground. They can't they can't look like that one looked. And so we will probably take this part off of this area here. And I'm just doing this before he's even finished, but I like the idea of what's happening here, so I'm just going to go ahead and fix that. And that's what happens to me, and that's what I do. Which one? Yeah. So when I talk about, so those are things that would need to be considered. If you're just making a mod where people can build stuff, and that's a legitimate mod where people just build things, that's an interesting idea. And I know that there are lots of people who just build things in Minecraft. There was a person called, I'm not sure he might have passed over. He might have gone to, he might have fallen away, is what we would say in the ocean world. But he had been building the same city for 11 years, and it was gorgeous, and it was completely empty. It did not have any people in it. It was just building, and he was very happy doing that, and was having a wonderful time doing that. So it depends. It really does depend on what people want to do and the way they want to play. So I'm not playing, I play Minecolonies because I'm interested in people. I'm interested in the lives of people and telling stories about people's lives. I love that they have children. I love that they eat and sleep and go to work. And I love the trade post for Minecolonies that suggests that they have an economy to some degree, and that they want to have time off. It's an expansion of the time off that Minecolonies was instituting with the people, that they don't work all the time. I like that, actually. And I think that's really fun. And yes, it takes longer. It definitely takes longer to build things, and it takes longer to get things. And if you're in survival, it takes a good amount of time. But isn't that the fun of the game? Isn't that the fun, to get the things to enjoy doing the things? If the fun, for some people, the fun is winning. And some people want to win at Minecraft, win at Minecolonies, get to the end first, and stuff. For other people, Minecolonies is about the battles. They want to fight the barbarians, fight the pirates, fight the skeleton nations. That's what they want to do. And all of that is possible with this one mod to Minecraft, to have people who do those kinds of things. And that's something that you would have to think about. What's your mod for? What's the purpose of your mod? If the purpose of your mod, Maisie, what are you doing?
Need something?
What are you doing? What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? Are you building this roof from there? Yes, you are. Okay. And Maisie is working on this building, the Forester, right now. And you can see she's putting in a new roof on one of the main buildings, and she is fixing the flooring in here. Let's look at this one that she just finished. This is a level 4 sawmill. This is, I believe this is, I think this is hers. I think this is Old English. No, this is medieval oak. This is a medieval oak level 4. I don't think I've made one in ages. I certainly haven't made one since they were updated. And this is nice. Look at this. There's a ladder that goes down here in case they get stuck down in these holes. I like that a lot. So they can get out if they cross over. And this is where he's supposed to be doing, either crimson or acacia. And we want him to be doing acacia. So we're going to get in acacia. He's finished for now. This level 4 is going to be a level 4 for a while. So we're going to change this wood out and make it acacia that he's working on, because this is what we want this sawmill to be about. So this is our story, and this is why we are changing the wood to make it look like that this is what he's working on. And then down in the yard here, he's got this stack of oak, and we're going to take this stack down again, and these two stacks here, and we're going to change them into the type of the type of wood that we're using. So I need this, and I need this, and I'm going to go to bed. See right there? That is a level 3 druid station in the university district, because this part of the city is right on the river and has an ocean, the river that leads out to the ocean. So we needed to have a guard tower here. And so I'm sleeping in the guard tower tonight. And we don't have any druids yet. We're not going to have archers. This is going to be a druid tower. And druids are, let me look at the skill set for a minute. Druids are mana and something. Let's look and see. Mana and focus. So we would need people with big mana and focus, and we don't have that yet. Amani is still not working, and Dennis is not working. Amani, oh, we have to get them back. Hold on, before I start working on anything, let's go and put Amani and Dennis back to work. Otherwise, we don't have a shepherd, and we don't have our second fisher. So let's come here. Tell me your concept of NPCs. I would like to hear it. I definitely would like to hear it. And I'm not saying that I don't like your concept. What I'm trying to say is to think about that in regards to your concept. What are you waiting for that you're
What's
not
it
getting?
today, then?
Shingle. So he's been waiting for this a long time. And it needs brick extra. And the calcite, both of those are in the warehouse. So let's get Remy and Liberty back to work first. And then I'll get, because we're short 2 couriers. And I think that's having an effect. So let's come here and we'll get Remy back here. So Remington is, as you can see, a courier. And let's make sure that she still has her keys to the warehouse. Otherwise, we'll have to give her a new set. Nope, she doesn't have them. So let's come to here and let's give her a set of keys. All right, so now we have 7. We need to have 8, but we don't have anyone who wants to be... let's see how close we have to someone wanting to be one. Let's look at the kids. Bryant could be. Oh, there's something. What is Bryant set up for? Possible dining hall owner. Okay, so he's not. Emery is set up as a possible chef. Luana is going to be possible dining hall owner. Luna is the undertaker, and Bryant. So all the kids are set up already without us getting a courier. So we could look for agility and adaptability and get one from visitors, or we could have another set of kids, which we can have because we're only at 75, if I'm not mistaken. We can go up to 100. Proceed. Cutting into you. Oh, no, 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 no. No, I like it. No, I'm talking to you. And I don't mind. I'll remember what I'm doing and come back to it. It's really okay. Nothing is going wrong here. So yeah, don't worry about it. And yeah, no, I like talking to you. So let's come here. This is where Amani and Dennis live. And they're saying Madeline's fine. Madeline usually sleeps here. And Amani and Dennis usually sleep in this room, which is why they had a child. And so when Dennis came over here, and I wonder if that's why Dennis came over here, that he felt disconnected and he really wanted to have a family. And so now he has one. And yeah, no. No, I definitely enjoy Mr. Villager, as I have for all the time that we have talked. Enjoyed our conversations. And so everything's good. All right, so this is an interesting thing. So we still need some people. The kids aren't ready yet. We have to wait until the kids get up. And I think at level 3, I think we might be able to get them up to a 30. I think we might. Usually, because they started sooner than a 5, usually when we have a level 5 school, they have to go up to a 30. They have to go up to a 30. But with this school, we might just, Emery's going up to a 24, 23. They might go up to a 30. I think we're going to wait and see how high they go up. If it seems like they're not going much higher than where they are, we'll have them start their jobs. Start the jobs that they're going to work, and then we can have more kids. And that will be fine. Oh my gosh, the house is done. Whoa. Let's quickly go over. We need cash to continue. What are you working on that you're not getting? Framed cobble. Okay. We'll have to check on that. Somebody's not working somewhere. But it might just be deliveries. We're short a courier. And I might have to check the visitors and get a courier, because it might be making it difficult for us. I also need to increase the speed of the couriers walking, only because I think that Minecolonies, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Look at the building right there. Perfect. Right there. You know something, Horsey? I'm going to get you off of there. I'm going to get you off of there. So here is this area, and this part that comes down right here, I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. It's going to continue to come down here. If I put something here, they're just going to take it away. So let me get a lead. I have one right here. And let's get this horse off of this fence piece. There we go. I don't know whether they're stuck or what's going on with them, but they've been there for quite a while. So we're going to bring them over. If you want to be inside somewhere, this is yours. So come on, come in. Come in. This is yours. So we'll leave that. I'm not going to close it. This is just a place for that horse. That horse is as much a pet as a wild horse can be. And that horse has been here the whole time. We should name the horse, since that horse has been here like that, and we could. Let's come here. We can't have this now because we see this part right here. Let's join this to the road right here. I need a piece of this to be this color so that I can put road stuff right here. And right now, because of the level of the house, we're just going to put it in like this. And we'll just go ahead and have that part be there. And this is a level 1 of this house. And we need him to start working on the level 2. So we'll come here and do a level 2. Manage. No, don't want anyone to live here just yet. So let's do the build, and we'll have the builder build this up to the level 2. This is only going to be a level 2. And we'll have Cash work on this and upgrade the building. So this is going to be a couple house. This is not going to be a family house. And is everybody okay here? And I'll show you why just as soon as I read Mr. Villager is saying. NPCs has more genes from Minecolonies. So you thought, what if instead of specific skills affecting specific jobs, their skills could have an universal effect on the villagers? And that's a thing from your view, building a bit more restricted in Minecolonies and freer in Techtopia, but NPCs' capacities are much more limited in Techtopia than Minecolonies. And by the way, nice new house, oh good. And issues with raccoons. It's so close to the forest. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, they are definitely in the Coconino meadows here, and which is really pretty, and I like this. Now I would take this torch off, but Cash is still working on this house. He's going to bring it up to the level 2. And let's look at the level 2 of that. This is a medieval oak. Yep, it's medieval oak. So let's come here for a minute. Let's switch to medieval oak. Wouldn't that be wild to have raccoons? It's funny that foxes act like raccoons. I'm surprised that they didn't do raccoons instead of foxes. I'm just taking a drink before the light. Okay, fundamentals. I'm really listening to the music. Residence. And this is the alt residence here that we're doing. Right here. No, it's not. No, we're not doing that residence. We're doing this residence right here. So we can only do this residence. This is dark oak. Switch. Medieval. I picked medieval oak. There we go. Okay. Residence. I can tell by the residence. There's the residence that we have. And this is the residence. So when it's a level 2, it looks like this. And this is the one that we want. The level 3 closes in that. And I don't want to have it. So I am trying to hold on to this barn right here, and it has the couple's bed up above. So for me, this house is a couple's house like this, and this is what I want. So that's the thing. There will be less skills, but their effects affect every villager. So only have stuff like speed, strength, dexterity, and so it goes. Oh, I see what you're saying. So they wouldn't have speed, strength, dexterity. They'd have that. But what? Oh, because they wouldn't have mana. They wouldn't have those other skills. Agility, adaptability, that's what you're saying. The only ones they would have would be like speed, strength, dexterity, and that's it. because the other skills that Mr. Villager is talking about are focus, knowledge, mana, and and creativity. So if he just didn't include athletics, could be improved based on which is being used. Speed increased on how much an NPC walks. Yeah, that's interesting. So what you're doing is creating a new mod. All of these things are things that you have to keep in mind that you're doing is the beginning outline of creating a new mod that you're going to do these things. So you're going to have speed, strength, dexterity, but what he's saying, it sounds like, let me get this straight, Mr. Villager. Are you saying that let's go back? I just wanted to show what that house is going to look like at level 2, since level 2 is the highest this house is going to get up. If I want these two houses to be higher, then I will go into the flat world and make this house that looks like this into a level 5. But, oh shoot, look at this. I took this away because I did not, okay, I'm gonna have to rescue all the chickens. I took that one away. Let's get seed. Let me get some seed here. I don't need, oh, I did need that, but never mind, I'll get it later. Come on, kids, come on, everybody. Hello, you. Hi, you. Where's the others? Come on, come on, come on. They just left the yard. All of them just left the yard. Now there's a baby somewhere. And so this got opened and left open. And I'll have to figure out, do I see another kid somewhere? Do I see any more chickens? I thought there was a baby. Oh, the baby's there. Okay, good. Okay. I took this away, but he's working on this. I believe that he's working on this house. No, it's a level 4. All right, since this is a level 4, we're taking this one away. We don't need this one here. I don't like having that because we start to lose the chickens in that kind of way. If they have to come through the house, there's at least a double gate here, and that keeps them inside a little bit more. And she has racks now on the outside, and wow, it's a good thing that we came over here when we did to see all the chickens escaping. All right, let me come over here because I don't think that he's back to work. They're back in their house, but I do not think that he's back to work. Sure enough, let's get Dennis back to work, and you can see that he is absolutely a fisher. Let's get a light on so we don't trip and fall, and let's go down to the farm and get Amani back to work, and she is the chickens on the run. Yes, indeed. And Amani is, let's come here. Amani is the shepherd. Whoops. So we can come here, and this is the shepherd right here, and let's get Amani back here. You can see how skilled she is at being a shepherd. She loves being a shepherd, and this is good. So we're good. We can hear Polly in the air. Uh-oh. That's my drink notification. Let me make this go away for a second. Let me make this go away for a minute. And I heard Polly just then, but I don't see her. I mean, if I want to check on Polly, let's get out a light so I can see where I'm going. if I want to check on Polly and on Rude Wolf, we'll come over to the pet shop and we'll call them. Look at the moon. It's a new moon and it's going down. Wow. Pretty. Let's come here for a minute. And let's go to here and let's recall. And there's Polly. And there's Rude Wolf. So there they are. Polly, where are you? Where'd you go that quickly? Wow, she went away really fast. Oh, there she is. I can see her going over there. Hello, baby. How are you? Yes. This is Rude Wolf right here. See? Rude Wolf. And it is almost morning. Where can I go? I don't think there's any place here that I can sleep. All these beds are taken in this area. And so I think I'm not going to make it to any place in time. So they're going to have, their day is going to start in just a moment. All right. This is Josie in full iron. Yay, Josie. So she has finally chosen to wear iron. And actually thinking a bit, a good part of Minecolonies skills could end up in your mod. Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, that's the thing. A few skills like adaptability and creativity wouldn't be available because they are really specific and a bit impractical. Well, that's a curious, I would argue that. Impractical how? First of all, creativity. Creativity means that you have artists, that you have people who have vision, but things can change. So think about that. So the idea that creativity exists in these people is to make it that they have vision and that they have that they like things to look beautiful, that they can be artists. Adaptability means that you set somebody down in this harsh environment and they don't shrivel up and die, that they're able to deal with the fact that there's no food, to deal with the fact that there's no that they're walking everywhere or things like that. That's adaptability. And that's what begins to happen, Mr. Villager, when you begin to think about things. A lot of thinking has gone into, all right, Maisie,
Yes.
I'm going to check on them right now. Let's go and look. We have plenty of cobblestones, so either Brooke doesn't have that, and she might not have it in that particular wood. Wait, what wood is that? Hold on. I know I have a clipboard and I can look on the clipboard, but I like seeing what they're doing and going to them specifically. Okay. What kind of wood? That's just oak. So let's change something here. Let's go to Marcos. I think Marcos is supposed to be making those let's look here and let's look at the cutter. So it's showing that Marcos is supposed to be making these. So let's teach. It's showing that Marcos is supposed to be making these. They're coming up on his. So we'll teach this also. And this here is mossy cobblestone extra and oak planks. We'll teach that. And this is birch, and we'll teach this. That, and it's coming up for both of them. All right, so that one's not going away. Let's come over to Brooke. Marcos is like, I'm going to the warehouse. I'm going to the warehouse. No, I'm going to the train station. No, there's Brooke. Let's come over and see what Brooke can make. Let's look at the cutter and see what she has. And there's brick extra with calcite. Let's teach that. Let's teach what Wade needs for the building that he's working on. Let's see what this is. This is calcite and brick extra. That is absolutely on her. And this one is plank. And let's teach her, let's have her do this one, just in case that's the reason that's not going away. And this one also. Those are two different ones. See that? And this one here. Let's teach it for just a minute. And then I thought we taught this, but let's teach it now. And framed stone bricks. Framed with what? Whoa, with lapis brick, marine lapis brick. Wow, that's a serious teach. And the lapis pieces that belong to this marine lapis brick is a part of Trade Post. So we're teaching Brooke how to make those pieces. And I was pretty sure we taught all of this, but I'm going to teach it again just now. See, it's not going away. None of that's going away. And teach that. And let's see what happens here. So she just made something. And I can't get those to agree right here. If I go here and look, it shows that she knows how to make those things. They're all listed here.
Preparing my workbench.
Good. That's good, Brooke. I'm glad to hear that. Let's come in here for a minute. So remember we needed that marine lapis stuff, and it needs something from, it needs a mortar, I believe. Let's come here and look. And that mortar, let's look at marine lapis. And there it is. This is Trade Post for Minecolonies, a new block, and it needs prismarine mortar. And we had requested, oh, the blacksmith has to make it. All right, well, there's a problem right there. Let's go back out this door, and let's teach Lucas how to make that, because that is not on her. And let's come to here and let's go in and teach this right here. Okay, now he knows how to do it. Now she can make the pieces. Once it's done, she can make the pieces, but that's the thing that needed to be done. Wait a second. Brick extra, mossy brick extra. Let's come here and look at mossy brick extra for a minute. This is mossy brick extra right here. It's not cobblestone. Let's key in mossy brick. Mossy brick extra. That's mossy stone. Stone bricks. So where's the mossy brick extra? Okay, extra, EXT. Mossy brick extra. I'm not getting it. Let's go to brick extras for a second and see. Let's see if I can find it here. We have a problem, Houston. Let me look and see why that's not coming up. Right. Marine lapis and stone brick. I'm sorry, I know. That needs rough brick, and she can make both of those. She can make the rough brick. Marine lapis has to come from Lucas. Didn't I see mossy brick extra? I'm not seeing it at all now. Okay. Let me go. I might have misinterpreted that. Let me go and get the mortar, because we requested Genesis to make mortar, and it might be in the post box. And if it's not, then we'll have to see why not. Now remember that Jack is upset because he can't find his shop. Ooh, there it is. Let's request something while we're here. We're going to request a map, an empty map, request 1, and we're going to request a compass. These are for research. We're going to request 1 compass as well. Request those. Good. And those things are going to be made. Let's take this. Oh wait, I don't have to take it anywhere. Let's just put it in here, and they'll put it where it belongs. And it started raining during the day, but it's late in the day. It's after 5 in the afternoon. I should stay somewhere where I'm going to sleep. Everyone's back to work who had kids. And all the kids are in the dorms except Luna. And Luna is living at home because her parents live in the kids' area. Next time we have kids, we're just going to have 4, because we only have 4 houses available. Since they can only have 1, it's going to show that they can't have any. Luna would have to move out, and they already have a kid. We'll wait until later and see if they want another later. And I'm looking at the chat for a second. That's also another thing Mr. Villager is saying he's been thinking quite helped to boost it, and it would be to include skills to the pack synergies. As you said, as inheritance from colonies, skills could affect each other beyond intelligence and knowledge. Oh, and you just remembered you have 1 version of the children and 3/4 of the teachers finished for the new skin pack. Yay! Cool, good. Excellent. It's quite a process. Yeah, I know. But that is the mod trade post for Minecolonies, adding a new mod block, adding some new blocks. And the blocks have a different way that they're made. And we are experiencing some of that. I'm going to borrow a bed in the barracks, which is actually not a barracks here. This is the sports center. And so I'm going up into the sports center and find a place to sleep. I think I'm going to sleep in this up bunk here. And there we go. Okay. The light went off, didn't it? And I didn't actually drink anything. Why something so specific? The reason it's so specific is because there are hundreds of mods that have hundreds of recipes, and that it's really hard sometimes for them to find a recipe that hasn't been used already by another mod. This is something you're going to find out when you start making your own mod, that if you add any new blocks, you have to find a recipe that, I heard a sound and it wasn't Vincentius is sleeping, unless he just got up. You have to find a recipe for a block that hasn't been used by another mod. Now what are you waiting for now? Now you need a composter. I don't know that Juliana. Let's check and see if Juliana knows how to make a composter for a moment. That is in her wheelhouse right here. Juliana, I know that you used to know how to make one, but when we redid the skills, she might have lost the recipe for it. And she might not have learned it because it's a composter, which is the villager one. And I'm not sure, we might have imported these the last time that we needed. This is a problem. Let me get a piece of wood. Do you have one? No, you don't. Do you have one here? No. Let me just get a piece of wood to teach. We're gonna make it out of oak. And this is just to teach the recipe. Teach. Because of chipped, and you know, I'm not using chipped this time, and I probably should have removed it, but I'm afraid to remove it now because it might be roll gen, and I don't want it to mess up the city. That even though I'm not using it for anything, it might have an effect if I remove it at this particular point, so I don't want to do that. Okay, Juliana, I hope that helps. You think so?
What is it?
It's a composter.
It is a fine morning.
Oh, good. Okay. Let me see if he wants something. He seems to be fine. He seems to be getting everything that he needs for the build that he's working on, which is good. It's just Josiah who's not getting anything made out of calcium, and we have calcite, not calcium, calcite. And we have calcite. What if we didn't have enough? Oh, that would be curious. Okay, see, he's making stuff right there for builds. Let's look and see how much calcite we have. Thanks. Let's come here and let's sort for a second. Let's see how much calcite we have. Oh, we have enough. Okay, good. So we have enough, so it's just a matter of it being delivered to the right people to make everything. So that's what begins to happen, Mr. Villager, and it's massive to try and figure out how to make something that doesn't conflict with another mod's version of some block. So that's why there are all these different versions, so that another mod, if you joined with another mod, you wouldn't have two mods with the same, two different types of blocks with the same ability, with the same ingredients and stuff. And that's my understanding of that. You think you will hold this mod for a while because it's going to be huger than you thought, and if you don't stop, 75% of the stream will just be oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying, I was just having a conversation of what could be involved. That's all. I think you have some really interesting projects that you're working on right now, that the skins for Minecolonies that you're working on are beautiful, and I love them, and I'm sure that they can't wait for them to be finished so that they can add them to the skin, to their skin set. She's just unhappy. Violetta is just unhappy here. She's supposed to be a builder. Let's look at her skills for a second and see if she doesn't want to do research bad enough that she is really unhappy about being here. She's always asking for paper, and no one else is. So what is the problem there? So let me look for a second at her.
'Tis a fine morning.
So her highest are adaptability and athletics, which is a builder. And she's restless to start working on something using those skills. Adaptability and athletics is a builder. And we don't have a builder's shop for her. We just don't. We could look at one of the other builders, let's say, and see if they didn't want to build anymore, and none of them are going to say yes to that. It's because you're starting to lose yourself with that, and also it's, for now, just an idea, nothing getting done. Yeah, and that's the thing about ideas. Is things that shape ideas. So all I'm talking about is things to be considered in the shaping of an idea about doing a mod, because that's what happens. A lot of people go, oh, I'm going to make my own mod. I'm going to build a mod. And you, of all people, actually have the skills to do it and to do it right. And it's just that you right now are at the beginning of thinking about those skills. So we're back here, and did she finish? Let's see if she finished working on this. She finished the sawmill. He completed the residence, and he started working on the other residence. And she should be working on this. Let me see if she is still working on it. It doesn't look finished yet. Yeah, so she's still working on this for Harper. And yes, I know. And you have the other projects that you have. You're doing stuff for Trade Post. You're actually doing some hut blocks for Trade Post that when you get back on Discord, you're going to finish working on those things. And you're doing some skins for Trade Post, for Minecolonies. You're doing those. And so you've got a lot that you're doing right now, as well as this future project of making your own mod. Jack's going, I don't have anything to sell, so I'm just going to the church. Yes, and that's it. So the thing that I'm talking about is a part of the logistics of it, a part of how to get it all working together. And it's one of the reasons that it's easier. It's probably the reason that the people who did Millionaire, who resurrected Millionaire, actually resurrected Millionaire rather than starting from scratch, because it is so hard. It is so hard to get that beginning vision done in a way, and I could imagine if you wanted to do something to resurrect Techtopia and to make the modifications to it, or to resurrect Stonehearth and to make the modifications to it, would give you a foundation, and then you could actually do something about it. And when I say resurrect Techtopia and resurrect Stonehearth, I know that they're not being up to date. People can play those games, but you can only play those games in whatever level of Minecraft the game finished in. And Techtopia is a long time ago, and Stonehearth too. I think they're like before 19. I think they're like 16 or 14 or something. You'd have to be playing Minecraft 14 in order to play those. Maybe even less than that. And so, yeah. All right, so we've got something that we need to do. So we know that we have this building going up here. I've got some people who are stuck, and I'm trying to make sure that they get what they need. The calcite being delivered is really important, and if they're not going to do it, we're going to have to help a little bit. Because he's been waiting for calcite for some time now. And let's look at the required resources. And he's still waiting for the exact same number, so nothing's been done yet here. And I know one thing that's holding it up is probably the brick extra. Or it could be that we need either a courier in this part of town or something. Now, if the fact that Gregory is way over here, and so he has to come way over to the warehouse in order to get work, and then that means he has a shorter day. But Gregory is the warehouse manager. Gregory is still the warehouse manager, not Jalapari. Jalapari lives in the warehouse dorm, along with the train station manager and Cade. They all live here. Thatcher and Cade at level 3. And Gregory moved out because he wanted to have a family. And so he moved into a house with Harper, and sure enough, they were able to foster, because that's not their kid. They were able to foster a child, which is what they wanted to do, and that's why he's moved into that area. Let me see where Gregory is in here. I think he's probably right here. No, he's not there. I wonder if he's here. This is where Remy is. Nope, this is Alec. And so I've lost where Gregory is. I could put their names on the top. Maybe at level 5 I'll do that. Jalapari is here. So he might be downstairs. Zoe's here. Vienna's here. So these are all our couriers. And then we have one courier right here. This should be Gregory. I think this office should be Gregory right here. Let's switch Alec. So let's have Alec not be here. We're going to switch him with Gregory wherever Gregory is. So let's go downstairs and find Gregory. Oh wait, Gregory's not here. That's the problem. Gregory doesn't have an office here. He can't have an office here. Sorry, Alec. I'll put you back in your office. And I'll give you your key back. So let's do that. Let's come back here. I forgot that he can't live here. So that office that he has, where he has an entire building, he is managing the warehouse from that building. And we're just really short one more courier. Let's do this. Let's deliver some calcite. Let's come down here. You know, I didn't look for the indicator, but luckily the indicator is down here. So let's take 1, 2, 3 and deliver that. Quartz, tough, lapis. We could deliver the lapis just to make sure that it gets made. But we'll check on Lucas and see. And let's come here. But honestly, I will make sure to find a way to include creativity in an active way, because it actually hurts even me when people say that I'm a creative person, so I would be unloyal to myself. Yes, maybe I will make sure to work on the cultural part of the concept. That would be an interesting thing. That would indeed. let's take this over to, I'm going to deliver it myself because I can swim through the air. So we're just going to help give him some things while I'm thinking about something. Thinking about what I'm going to do. So I have some things that I need to decide. I have to wait until AIR updates the resort in order for that to work. And I have to wait until V-Night updates. Now let's see how much it says that he has here. Required resources. Okay, so he has more than enough now. And we'll leave that for now. And then these shingles, let's take a portion of this away. Let's take a portion of this away. That should be enough to take away. Let me see. Brings it down to 461. Let's take another portion away. And let's see if we can bring it up to the right amount. And that brings it down to 397. Good. Let's give this calcite to Brooke. I'm just going to deliver it to Brooke. And by the way, filling a hole that you dug yourself in here, what you meant by impractical was not that it would be useless or unnecessary, but that we wouldn't present it by ourselves. We wouldn't see. Okay. Let's go to Brooke right here and let's give her this and see if this helps her get done. See, because she has some calcite here, she needs much more. And you can see that she is working on things. She has the quartz mortar for the other pieces that she needs. I believe rough brick or mixed stone. One of these. Rough brick, I think it is. Let's look at rough brick. Rough brick needs, nope, doesn't need mortar, so that's good. That's rough brick right there. And that's made out of bricks. And these particular bricks are bricks. So are we out of bricks? Let's look and see. Let's go to the warehouse for a second and see if we're out of bricks. And so I'm waiting on some specific things of Trade Post. But like I said, on the Twitch stream, I will fix the resort, not the resort, the shop, because I extracted it wrong. And that's why he's asking for something the way he is, because it's missing. Or he thinks it's missing. It is missing. If he thinks it's missing, it's missing. All right, what am I looking for? Brick. There's some brick going on here. And even some nether brick. Now we could put clay in the, why don't we do that? We could put clay in, but I'm afraid to do that in case stone is needed. Let me look at stone for a minute. There's cobblestone, and we do have stone and we have cobble. So I think we're okay for right now. How would creativity affect the crafter? If its task is crafting items and its speed is already affected by dexterity. I think, so the way I look at it is, let's look at Marcus. Marcus is going to come over here. Hi, Kishore. Let's look at Kishore. Kishore is an ore smelter. So it's one of these things where he's a complete human, a complete person, not a human. This is not Earth. This is Minecraft. He's a complete person. So as a complete person, he has the capacity for all these different things. Now, Kishore actually has a fair amount of creativity, just as who he is. So it would be like saying, I'm a builder. I don't know anything else in the world about anything in the world. And I think that what happens is that Minecolonies actually makes them well-rounded by allowing for them to have all these different qualities that everyone has some measure of these qualities.
Good to see
Nobody is a zero. So he's not really athletic, Marcos. He has a 1. He's not really athletic, but his dexterity at doing stuff is really strong. His agility, his stamina. He has some interest he has some mana, he just doesn't use it enough for it to make him magical in some kind of way. So he's not using magic to do things. He probably couldn't teleport someplace to save his life, but he has the capacity to learn if he wanted to. And that's the way I look at it. That's the thing that it would be. That they're just well-rounded. The people are well-rounded. And let's see what we can do. That looks like Zoe or Vienna making a delivery there. And things are going to get done. She's not asking for anything anymore. She's putting stuff away. So that means that she got a delivery of something she needed. And she is going to go and work in just a moment. And so that's the kind of stuff that we're looking for. And there she goes. So, and this is the thing that I like. So this is why it's fun to give, to supply what's needed and to let everybody do their job. There's our glass cutter. Wait a minute. I don't think she's working. I think she's still on vacation. Let's come here. Yes. Okay. And let's get Liberty back to work. And now all the parents are back to work, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And we're good to go here. So as soon as this house is built back here, we are going to have some people move in. And we'll see how it works out. This is not the full level 2 yet. You can see the upstairs being built right now. We could have, and there's the new stairs. Let's see who's supposed to be here. Let's bring this down. And who's going to live here is Luana. And we have a possible, and Emery. Luana and Emery are going to be the possible chef and the possible dining hall owner here. So we can begin to bring one of them over and to get them to work as soon as they get a little bit more of their education done. And we're looking at Ismail there in his yards. He's taking a little bit of a breather. It's early morning. And his squash, you can see that he is growing squash and he is working on it. This field hasn't been started yet. We don't have anyone for that field as yet. 1, 2, he's got 4. Didn't we need eggplant? I think we did need eggplant. Let's pick a seed and let's pick eggplant. We can grow eggplant here. By the way, when you pick a seed, if you can't grow it here, it's not going to appear. It's not going to appear on the list. You notice there's no soybeans, there's no rice, there's no chickpeas. You can't grow any of that here. We could grow bell peppers. We could grow beets. I think we're growing beets. Hold on a second, because beets was one of the things that we needed. Let me make sure. If we're not growing beets, we need that before we do anything else. And sure enough, so this field has to be for beets first, and then we can grow eggplant later. So that's the reason why we're looking. And let's grow beets here. And now let's see who I'm going to assign. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Why don't we have Ismail work on all of these fields? right here. So let's change the fields. So he's working on carrots. So the wheat field he's not going to work on anymore. And let's assign the beet field to him right here. So there we go. So now he is going to start working on the beet field, and we'll see if we have any beet seeds in the shop. We might have some. Meanwhile, no one's working on one of these fields here, and I think it's the Durham field right here. Let's get Nikolai to pick this field up as the 4th field for now. So Nikolai has garlic, tomatoes, and the other wheat. So now he's going to have the 2 wheat fields for now. We can't have Kamari pick up anything because this house would have to be brought up to a level 4 in order to bring her up to a level 4. She is connected to the house, so that's fine, and I think we're good for right now. We're waiting for this dining hall to be finished, and for the chef and the dining hall owner to be here, so that we will have enough food in this area for everybody. And so that's what we're doing. Now, does he have any beets? We'll find out in a second. Do I want to put something here? I think I do. Let's do grass. Hold on. Let's go to here. Let's put in, we do have lush grass slab. Yay. So we're going to put in lush grass slab right here. Now cornflowers bring a lot of money. So I'm going to actually take that cornflower and make sure that I put it in the warehouse. And why don't we put it over here like this? And so that makes it easier for them to get up and down in this part right here. Let's take that away. Let's see over here. Let's put in a piece here. Let's change this and put that in there. Okay. It's easier than trying to get another piece for a moment. And you'll think about it. Yay. Let's hold it right there because you're already starting to think of a nourishment system. So they request for specific foods for their diets, not preferences like Minecolonies, but health. That would be interesting. What I would like, and this would be an interesting thing, is right now, and if I was going to do something, if there was going to be some kind of mod addition, let me get this for a second, put this away because I don't want to lose it. What I would do is make it so that restaurants can serve different types of foods, and that the people will choose the restaurant that they want to go to. But that makes it that you would have to have more than one restaurant. So if you have more than one restaurant, it begins to divide into different foods. And when I say it like that, I can understand the difficulty. I can understand immediately how it gets to be difficult. And so that's why they have it set up so that you can put whatever food you want into the restaurant. So you can make it that they have different foods in the restaurant. However, the people won't go to a different restaurant if they want a specific food. They'll sit in this one restaurant, even though there's 3 other restaurants that serve what they are asking for. They'll sit in this restaurant and go, I don't care, I want it served here. I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. Hold on for just a second. I apologize. I touched my eye and I think it flipped an eyelash into my eye. Sorry about that. I apologize. Okay, And so, yeah, so, so that is something. That is something that if I was going to do something, I would try and figure out how you could get them when the restaurant does not have the food that they want, but the food exists in the town in another location, that they would go to the other location. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be my suggestion. That would be something that I would like to see in a mod. Would be something like that. I would like to see it in my colonies. I would like to suggest it. I haven't suggested it yet, but it would be a fun suggestion. It definitely would be. Ooh, look at all those eggs. I can't get too close where I'm picking up eggs. See, I've picked up all these eggs. Look at all this stuff I picked up. Let's go to the stash box and put some of this away. Well, that's the thing. Even you said in the Arnarluk stream, and totally agree. So we have like independent themed private restaurants. Yeah, if we wanted to, instead of just one single place causing lacking caviar. Yes. Yeah. Let me put these up for a second. I need this over at the other site. But right now I want to get rid of some things that I have in my backpack. So let's take all of this and put it down. I've just kind of picked this up as I've been going along. So we'll put this in the warehouse. And see, I need those. This has to do with the frame thing that I haven't worked out yet. Okay, now we can bring this down and this, and we can go to bed. Let's go to bed and let's wake up, and we'll see who's working on what. Wade, what are you working on, Wade? Do I actually really have you working on the train station? Yes, I do, and that's what's asking for all those weird pieces. It's the train station that's asking for them. Quartz plaster. I can't go to bed yet. I haven't done quartz plaster yet. I don't think anyone knows how to make quartz plaster. Hold on, let's look here. Let's see what this is. That is trade post. It's another trade post block. And there it is, quartz plaster, trade post for Minecolonies. How's it made? Ah, quartz mortar. Now we have quartz mortar and plaster. So how is plaster? Oh, okay. Okay. And quartz plaster is made by the stonemason. I think I have that recipe, but let's see. There should be enough mortar, quartz mortar. We did have her learn the recipe for quartz mortar. They have a visitor at their house. Quartz, let me go here. And let's teach recipe. Let's teach recipe. Teach recipe, crafting, teach, quartz plaster. I think I did teach this, but we'll make sure. And then let's teach this. And this is the one that has to be made by the dye shop. I remember this. Sand, clay, white dye, and a bottle of water to make quartz. And I think I did set it up so that Santino knows how to do that. Let's come over here and see. We're going in the wrong direction. I had a feeling. Stop. You're starting to think about orchards and vineyards as structures for your mod. They wait for an amount of time, so they go to another dining hall. Now that's fine. I would like that. if they tried the nearest dining hall, and when they looked at the menu, they went, "Oh, you're not serving what I want. Okay, I'm going to go to another dining hall." And salt pans. And then you have the planet Earth. Absolutely. Let me look at crafting and see if he knows how to make. Ooh, I don't see it. Oh, so he doesn't know how to make it yet. Teach recipe. So let's teach this. We're going to teach plaster, which has to be made by the dye shop owner. So we're putting this here and teach that. So now he has learned how to make that. And when we go here, we can see it at the bottom of the list. Wait. Ooh, there it is. Yay. Okay, good. So he does know how to make it. Excellent. For a second, I was thinking, is he not making it? I have something turned off. Yeah, I don't want him making black out of charcoal. So I don't want them making charcoal. I don't want them making black out of it. Okay. And going too far with the agriculture part? Well, you know, who is it? Someone has vineyards already. One of the mods has vineyards. Oh, I can't think of the name. Because they even had clothes for, remember in Rosa Oru, we had much more clothing and much more furniture, and they were all a part of a mod set that added vineyards and a bakery, more for the bakery and some things like that. And unfortunately, when 21 split, the Neo Forge split, they did it, but they didn't want to backport. By the time they got it done, Minecraft was already up to 22, I guess, or 23, and they wouldn't backport to 21, which is a shame, because one of the reasons why Minecolonies and some of the mod developers have stayed at 21 is because it was solid, and that there were too many weird moving parts in the other aspects of Minecraft. And no, it wasn't Farmer's Delight. It was actually a specific one, and it said vineyard. It said vinery and stuff, and I can't remember it right now. Oh, I know where to find it. Hold on for a second, because I can do that very easily by going to CurseForge. Let's go to CurseForge on the other screen for a second. And let's go to, let's just go to NeoForge to this, because it's one that I don't have here, but I did. Oh, it's Let's Do. The name is Let's Do. It's Crystal Knight is the mod developer, and she had Let's Do API, but she had Let's Do all sorts of things. And let's see if I can find one of them. Well, if I go to the API, I might be able to find the Let's Do. But she had Let's Do Vinery. Yeah, Let's Do Vinery. Let's Do Bakery. Let's Do Beach, I think, was one of the ones. And they were wonderful. But they wouldn't backport it. They would not backport it to 21. Because they were already at Minecraft, at a different level of Minecraft when they finished it. And that's understandable. Minecolonies doesn't backport beyond a certain point too. And so that's just one of the problems for me as a player, that I don't get to do it. But it was, you're right, Mr. Villager, Let's Do Vinery. And beautiful vine, beautiful bushes grape bushes, and all sorts of things in relationship to that, including bottles and things and clothing that went along with it. And so it was really fun. They did clothing instead of doing a style pack because, of course, they're in Minecraft. So they were just doing stuff that the player could actually wear. And we were using it as pieces of clothing in the clothing stores when we had clothing stores in the cities. So this is going to be interesting. We're kind of stepping back with Jalapari, that it is not going to have modern stoves. I'll have to look and see what era I want this to be, because I don't want to have, I beg your pardon, I don't want to have a regular stove. So if we go to here, if we go to here for a minute and look at stoves, these are our choices right now, and you can see they're pretty modern. If we look at ovens, we still have a lot of modern stuff. So we don't have anything really that looks like something that they would have during this time period. We don't have a stove that looks like the kind of stove. That would be kind of thing to look at. Olive gardens and olive oil. Yeah. Now Pam's, I think Pam's has olive trees and has the capacity for olive oil. Pam's trees and Pam's stuff. Farmer's Delight might have that too. I'd have to look at Farmer's Delight for a second. Let's look for olive oil for a minute and see if it comes up. If it comes up, then Farmer's Delight has it. It does not. So it is Pam's. Cooking for Blockheads doesn't have it. I have Cooking for Blockheads. I have Farmer's Delight, and I have Minecolonies food. So they don't have it. But Pam's definitely does. No, it's just a thing that begins to happen. And this is why you, especially because you're studying architecture, this is the thing that you have, that one of the things that you have to develop, a way of keeping all these things, all these ideas somewhere until they coalesce into something. So you can keep track of these ideas either in your head or write them or put them in a specific file. And then you can go to that file, and because you've thought about it like we're thinking about it, I mean, you're thinking about it now. Because you're thinking about it, then it will begin to work. Look at this. Look at the dye shop. Look at, this is Anyanka's chimney on the dye shop right here at level 4. Isn't that cool looking? I like that. And this is Anyanka's, she has essentially a lighthouse on top of the mechanic shop. And if I had known that at the time, I might have put the mechanic down near the waterfront because of that lighthouse. And but this is the first time that I've done Old English, and so this is my learning process of doing it. I love this chimney. This is the glass shop level 4 chimney. These are level 4s over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, they have prismarine in the floor, and prismarine appearing in the builds is the challenge for level 4. Every time I come over here, I pick up something. There's Max. This is the tree farm. Remember? Oh, we finished this road. This road is done. Dun, 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 dun. This road is done in this section. We still have some connections to some things. Did that grow back? this in here because I'm not sure why that grew back there. So I'm going to put that in to connect that part. Although there she's using actual road to connect, but we have a road connection right here for them to come up to the market. See how they have a little market area for selling stuff? Press the button for service. Liberty, 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 Liberty. Liberty just walked across this. And so you know what that means. We're going to bring it down. Here, I'm going to set this someplace else because I don't like when they walk across. So we can set the lantern right in that little corner right there. Let's set the lantern right there for right now, because I don't want her walking across, jumping, parkouring over. She's essentially parkouring over this shelf, over this countertop. Spearmen for the military. And yeah, that's a part of the new, everyone in who suggests military stuff in Minecolonies, suggestions on Discord wants warriors on horseback. And so that's also something that people have been talking about. And spearmen is something that's added to the latest Minecraft. And so yeah, those are things that would have to be added to Minecolonies mod if you were going to have war and the like. And ooh, look at this. Look where she is. Oh, look at this. This is nice. She is putting on the roof and putting in different pieces here. And we can see her putting in pieces. And now she's going to use one of these trapdoors, which means she's going to fall. If she can use one of these trapdoors, she might can't. Let me call her back to her. Let me call her back. She should teleport herself in a minute or two, but I'm just going to call her so she doesn't fall through there. Let's recall her, and there we go. Now she can go back to work, although she's probably not going to get all the way back to work because it's about to be nighttime and she's going to go home. I could have another builder shop, and that would make, is it Violetta? That would make Violetta happy. If we put a tiny builder shop in this area, there's a lot of building going on here. But we don't really need to, because Maisie can work on this because McKenna is working on the cathedral stuff while Maisie's working on the university. And Wade is supposed to be working on the stuff that's connected over here, all of this stuff in this area, and that's why he's working on the train station right now, because everything except the house in this area is brought up to level 4. We could level up the guards, the druid stations. I think, let me see, I think this one, oh yeah, this one leveled up. So these leveled up with the town hall. So these are fine. That means that over here, Josie's leveled up at the same time. And yes, it did. So we don't have to worry about these. Now in the mine, they should have leveled up with the mine also. And let's see if they did. Musicians, ceramicists, well, potterers, a potterer, I could see that. Harrison's a level 4, and this is a level 4 mine. However, the housing upstairs is still level 3. And that's brilliant that they're separated so that you're not rushed into doing level 4 food before you're ready, just to get a mine up to level 4. This is level 4 and Lucas is level 4, so everybody's working fine here. And the exact opposite, this is level 3, and all of these workers here, the crusher, the sifter, the crusher, this is a sifter, Boone, the crusher, Ellie, and this is Cade, who is the concrete mixer. We don't have much call for concrete right now, but we do have some. So we're going to do something about that. It's a shame that they gave it to the dye shop. And that would be a change that I would have made, that I would make. But they gave it to the dye shop because you get a dye shop sooner than you get a concrete mixer. Because it would seem like the plaster would be part of maybe the concrete mixer more so than the dye shop, but a dye shop is faster. You get to a dye shop sooner. You need a dye shop sooner than you need a concrete mixer. And so yeah, luxury goods. So one of my favorite things, one of my favorite memories, when I first started playing games, period, Eye of the Beholder and Dungeon Master. Dungeon Master was one of the first games that I played. Vincentius Primus and I played it. And I wasn't playing by myself. In those days, you needed 4 hands. So I'm sure plenty of people played it where one hand was war and one hand was walking. But the way we did it was that he did all the walking and I did all the shooting and protecting everybody, fighting, I should say, is what it is, because there were no guns, fighting. And the reason was because there were 4 separate people that you had to keep track of, and it was fun. They were the group that you were doing. And so I did that part, and Vincentius did the walking because he never got lost. I would get lost in a heartbeat, but he never got lost. And so if we were fighting and needed to retreat, or if we were fighting and we needed a strategic way, he was on it. And if we were fighting, I was on doing the fighting part. And when we were playing that game, one of the things in that game was it was the first game where you could build an avatar, where you could build a person. And so we had these 4 people, and one was supposed to represent me, one represented Vincentius, and then you had 2 other people. And the one that represented me, I made in the style for me at that particular time. And then when you went through and searched for things, in the same way as Minecraft and all the games that followed after that, when you went searching for stuff, there was all this jewelry. There was jewelry and clothing and crowns and capes and all sorts of things. And what began to happen was Vincentius started saying to me, if you collect all that stuff, you don't have any room for weapons. And so I started having to leave this beautiful necklace. I started having to leave it behind because I needed to carry more weapons. So that is something I remember as far as luxury goods are concerned. That was one of the things that I remembered was that. You can already see that Trade Post has, and Mr. Villager is actually designing the drinks, some of the drink art for Trade Post for Minecolonies. And this is the reason why I wonder why he's talking about making his own mod at this particular time, because he's got all these other projects. But I don't mind. I can see that as something in the future. But some of these are things that Mr. Villager worked on. The cold brew. We have daiquiri. He designed this hut block right here, which looks really cool, and I really like it. And things like that. So those are things that he has the skill for. And of course, we've talked about skins, and my own skins are his design. My own skins are his design. And this is one of my favorite outfits when I'm on land, and I like to do that. And so this is why, Mr. Villager, when people are building things, why sometimes why they have projects, why there's more than one person, building. And even when one person has the vision and knows what they want and has it, you still might need more people to help you realize it and things like that. So let me change back here for a minute. And you can put it somewhere, so you don't have to keep it in your head. You can write it down, or you can put it somewhere, so that you don't forget it, and you make sure that you come back to it at some point when you need to. And that's a good thing to think about. So let me do something here. Let me get something to drink. I'm drinking pineapple. And then I'm drinking water. This is actually, what I'm drinking is actually pineapple sauce. In the same way people have applesauce, there's one of the companies that makes applesauce makes pineapple sauce, and I love it. And so I'm having that to drink, and then I'm having water with it. And Mr. Villager is saying he only did the cold brew and the veggie and fruit juice, and a few more that aren't available yet. Okay, cool. And let me see what they look like. So if we go here and look at cold brew, there's a cold brew piece right there. And the veggie and fruit juice, let's see, veggie. And there it is. There's a veggie juice right there. And that's the one that he made. And the fruit juice. And there's fruit juice. And what I like about them, Mr. Villager, is that they are actually in a size that looks like it fits the hands of these people. Of these people in these buildings. Oh, and the mystical tea. Yeah, the mystical tea too. Let's look at that one. And there it is. And that is so pretty. I like that a lot. Mystical tea right there. That is very nice. And so Mr. Villager is, it's one of the reasons why discussing stuff with him. I like discussing things with him because it's the right size. So for instance, let me see here. Let's come down here and look. It looks like it's the right size for the people's hands in the place. See the size of that cup? So that's what I mean. You're proud of? And you liked how it turned out? Yeah, I do too. Absolutely. I love it. Now, Dawn of Time does a better job with those kinds of things. Let's go to Dawn of Time. Dawn of Time's teacups are a nice size. Come down here and let's see if we can find one. I don't see them right now. Oh, they rearranged. Look at this. They rearranged. Interesting. building furniture, and in the furniture, and there they are. So there's a teacup right there that I have in my, and then that looks bigger than it used to look. That looks like these have been made bigger, those teacups. They used to be really tiny, and I actually liked them like that. They've been redone. The pots are the correct size to go on the stoves, on the ovens, and I like them. The teapot, look at that one. Isn't it perfect? That is just perfect, and I like them. So yeah, that's Dawn of Times. Want to hold one of them for comparison? Sure. Let's come here. Let's hold one of these, and let's get the Mystic Tea. Let's get the Mystic Tea. ST right here, and let's get me F5, and now let me hold one of those. So let me come to, where is it? There it is. So there's one tea. So that is Dawn of Times tea, and that was 5, I think, and 6, 7. Okay, so there is Mr. Villager's tea. It's hard to see because of the way it is, but if I am up above it, you can see they're almost about the same size. So they're both actually good. I like the level of that one because those kinds of tea, mystic tea, like traditional teacups, are really small, and so that is really cool. So there it is. So you can see how, and this is a mod thing. So you can see how Trade Post has put in the tea to be held like that. So when I'm standing like this, the tea looks like that, as opposed to Dawn of Time, which makes it look like I have a tea. I have the tea. It's much easier to see that I'm holding a tea cup. These are mod things. These are things that happen in a mod, and it's very curious. So how is Dawn of Time getting that teacup to look like that? And Trade Post has the teacup looking like this. And which I love, because see the steam coming out of the top of the tea? That is just really, really beautiful. That's really beautiful. Now, if we put them on, let's go to, hold on, I'm going to come here for a second. Let me get a frame for a second. For instance, right here. Let's see what it looks like if we put the tea on the frame here. So let me come to here. I have these in my hand, and let's put a tea here. So that looks gorgeous. Look at that. You can see that it's a tea. I love that. Let's look at this one. And this one looks like this. So there's the difference right there in the type of styles, and the reason why you need all the different ones that you need. Because the Dawn of Time tea doesn't look good in a picture, whereas Mr. Villager's tea is perfect for putting on a sign. Perfect for putting on a sign that they can come there and get tea, and we can put coffee here. Let's see, coffee. Let's see some of our coffees and see which one. So this is Adorn's coffee right here, and then this is Silent Gems coffee. So let's see which one looks more like a coffee. There's Silent Gems, and this is Adorn's. So we're in the olden days, so I don't think there are mugs. We're not going to have coffee machines. So coffee would be served in a regular coffee cup, not in a mug. And we'll do that. Now the glass is for drinks, and let's look at juice. So we could have these two juices be here. I like this. That's Farmer's Delight's melon juice. I don't know how it's going to look. Let's look at it. Let's look at the melon juice for a second and see what it looks like here. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's see what the fruit juice looks like. That definitely looks like a glass of juice there. And that is really nice. What's interesting about these two is that I'm in Chroma Hill's texture pack, and those drinks still work in the texture pack, and I really like that. I really like that. So yeah, so those are some of the things that's the way those are. It's just beautiful. It's just really nice, Mr. Villager. That cup, it's just great. All right, so Maisie, dun 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 dun, Maisie finished. Look, she finished the Forester, yay! So now we can go to them, and that's what we're going to spend this little bit of time doing that we have left. We're going to go over to the tree farmer here, which is Harper, and Harper has this harbor shop. We're going to take these down. We'll have to put something else in for right now because we're not having those. We're not having torches for the full level 4 time. She's got a lamp there. I think we can put a lamp right here. Let's put a lamp there like that. And on the other side, let's put a lamp right here. And there we go. All right, so see these right here? This is going to be acacia wood that we're going to put in. And look at the track, I love that. That's how they're rolling the wood out. And I just love the look of that. So we want to fix these without messing up the build. In the same way that we put acacia here, that he's working on acacia. And coming down here, we're going to trade out all the wood around here. I think one of these is going to be the redwood and the crimson. And why don't we make this the crimson? Let's get crimson. And we'll do crimson here. And we can do warped right here. So let's get warped. We don't grow these. So these have to be here, and then this is acacia. Or jungle. We don't have any jungle. I would like to have the jungle just in a little pile. GLE, because jungle wood is strange looking. And so we'll do these piles right here. So now we have this ladder and this rail. And we have to do rail, otherwise it would look like this. And that's why they have it. It would look like that. And they want it to look like it's bound. And so we need it to be like this. So let's put here, for here, we're going to put jungle here. One. I'm going to put jungle in the middle. Let's put this one here. 1, 2, 3. And I need these to be here so I can take this down. 2, 3, and go 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we have that. And so now we can put this back on it. So this is magic wood. Let's put this one here, right here on this part, right there, and then we can put this and that, and there we have it. So that one's done. Wow, it glows in the dark. That's the cool thing. Oh my gosh, that is wild. Let's go up here and go to sleep. And we'll come back here and we'll look. So I hope Mr. Villager stayed long enough to see that his design actually works amazingly well to be in a frame, and that just makes it look so pretty for hanging up in a coffee shop or in a tea shop, and I really like that. Okay, it's morning. Let's continue with refocusing this sawmill, and there it is. That's what it looks like. We'll put the jungle one here and the crimson back here. So let's do the crimson next. And so I need crimson here, 1, 2, and 1 right here. We'll take this off and then we'll make these go away. Why don't I get an axe? Let's do an axe right here. I have jungle, and then we need an acacia also. This is acacia log, and we'll put those in. This is what we're going to do. Let's take the axe and remove these. And then we'll put them down. That was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's just do 1 there. And 1, 2, 3 here. Now there is a Vincentius primus. There's actually Vincentius. And then we can take this part away right here like that. And that gives us, why don't we make the logs all the same length? We can go ahead and do that. Okay, and so on this side I need one of these here, and on the other side I need the same thing. And then we'll use the rail to latch them together. It's such a cool idea. I like that. Showing that that's what's keeping those logs from rolling away. And then here we'll do jungle. Oops. Let's do it on this side so we don't remove the barrel from there. So let's take the jungle and go 1, 2, and 3. And then let's take the axe and take these away. And right here, we can stand here and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And there we have it. And then we can axe these. Hi, Harper. Harper's looking and going, oh, look at that. There's the wood. This is wonderful. That's what Harper is saying. So that's where the wood is. Okay. This is what Harper is in charge of. So it's funny that she should show up right there, because we just put those in. Oh, I know why she showed up. You know why? Because I put those woods down in the ground, and so she was coming to cut them. She was indeed. She was coming to cut them. Now remember, we're saying that the reason that the water is disturbed here is the water wheel is actually making the water move in that area, and that's why I like it. Dun 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 dun. There we go. We have the first level. This is a level 2 of this, and we're going to have her build it up to the level 4. Maisie, build it up to the level 4. And then she will after she gets that done to a level 4, then we will have it built up to the level. We're just going to leave it in the stone that it's made in. I think I don't want to do that. I could cover it with this on the outside, and that would keep us from seeing that it's made out of stone. I think I might want to do that. Yeah. So we need a level 4 library. You're back. You had to leave. What did you miss? You missed that she started working on the library, and she finished the level 2, and now she's going to start working on the level 3. She finished she finished working on this building, which is the tree farmer, and we started putting in special wood on the sides of the sawmill. And then at the sawmill, at the tree farm right here, we're going to put in acacia. All of this is going to be acacia because we need so much of it. We're just going to go ahead and put the acacia here. I don't want to get rid of the grass, so that's why I'm doing it like this. And we have this, so we'll just take this off. Oh, we don't have one of these. Oh, let's move this up here for a second. Actually, we could move this over and just hold on to this. And we're just going to add this other piece right here. Okay, and now we can take this off. We'll put this here. By the way, you just conceptualize some other stuff. Demands could increase based on population size, and you would need new buildings based on progression. So we don't need a research system, I guess. Okay. Okay, I understand. And because research is something that 1, 2, 3, there we go. So let's take this away. See, she keeps coming to where I keep putting this block in here. She's like, wood's arriving. I'm supposed to be helping. Yes, Harper, you are helping with the arrival of wood. So now on this side, we have one of these. So let's put that down. So we don't have that on this side. We have these on this side. And then we have rail right here, latching those together. So see, they have a much stronger piece right there. And then let me look here for a second, see if there's any more wood. Yes, so the only wood left now that needs to be traded out is in the actual house. Look at this. Look at this new office here. Isn't this nice? I like this upstairs. Let's take that off for now. I know they're going to change it later, but later is a long time away because we have a whole level 4 to go through before we get to level 5. So I'm taking away the torches and putting in lanterns. This is one of my other things. I don't really, yes I do. I just think that torches make more sense, lanterns make more sense for the fact that these buildings are made out of wood. And I like the idea of lanterns being put in this way. So we'll put lanterns, hang lanterns from these areas here, and it looks like that. Now, granted, if a lantern falls, it can start a fire too, but it seems much more in keeping if it looks like that. Now this is their own street light. This street light belongs to this building, that street light right there. And I'm going to take this piece off. I know that that's the way they have it, but we'll take that piece off. Okay, and we have one more thing here that we can do before we leave, and that is I'm going to have to take away a rail right here for a minute, so I can put a piece of acacia here, 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 and here, and then we can take all of this away right here. and it comes all the way to there. We can see the other rail underneath piece there, so we know how far away this comes. And we'll take all of this like this. And now we can put in the acacia log to come all the way down to here. I can't reach that far. Here, here, and there. Okay, and then let's cut this away right on this side. Let's put the rail back right here. So I like this. It makes it look like they have a system of pulling out the logs, and I love that there's that detail here. Based on Techtopia as well, just to economize coding lines. Yeah, it does economize it. Does it make it more fun? I mean, it economizes it for the coder. What does it do for the person who's playing? How does the person who's playing feel about that? You know? It definitely economizes it for the coder. Absolutely. Recommendation, not limitation. We shall see. All right, and there we have it. And I have had a wonderful time talking with Mr. Villager about future projects that he would like to do, modding projects during the time that we've been looking at Jalapari and watching things change and grow up. So we now have level 4s all in this area where they work. This needs to be brought up to a level 4 here, and we can get her to work on this. I think I'm going to have her work on this next. So before she brings the library up to a level 4, she's going to bring him up to a level 4. So let's have Maisie upgrade this building. She's working on the level 3 of the library. That's Josie, our peacekeeper, who just came in. And there she goes now. She's going to work on the level 3 of this building, and then she'll work on the level 4 of this courier shop right here. And this is where Gregory is running the import-export out of this office for the warehouse, because he is the first one. Because you're considering it interesting. Yeah, so that's what we've been looking at today. I've now been streaming for 3 hours straight, and this is where I started, right at this corner, right here, and we're back here. How perfect. And so thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you, all of you who are watching right now. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's wonderful to see you in chat. And thank you, Mr. Villager, obrigado, for being in chat. And for all of you who are going to watch later, thank you for watching. We're listening to Drone Hands music. Drone Hands has a new album out, so you can hear the new album of music on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel, Drone Hands does, and you can find it on Discord and find information about the new album on Discord and on Twitch. And then, yeah, I'm excited about the fact that he has a new album. And now we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus. He's going to take us out. So here we go. Bye for now, everyone. Bye for now.